Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Soli and I am so grateful that you decided to stop by and hear my story about finding out that I am pregnant at only 20 years old. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase. I got engaged the day I turned 20. A couple months later, I got married, and a month after I got married, I found out that I was pregnant, which was this past November. I actually found out that I was pregnant about 2 months after I got married, but that I conceived about a month after we got married. So basically, before we got married, we talked about when we wanted to have kids, and I personally was down for it. I was like, okay, I'm ready to have kids whenever you want to have kids. And he initially wanted to wait 3 years, and I was like, but thankfully God ended up changing his heart on that whole issue, because it was kind of like, for like a couple days, it was kind of like creating some disagreement between us when we were dating. But I was just like, okay, like God knows the timing. God's going to tell Andre like the perfect timing for us to have kids. And so by the time we actually got married, he was saying that he wanted to have a kid within the first year and a half. And then shortly after that, he said we could start trying at 6 months. However, that all changed because we just kind of decided to throw caution to the wind. And I guess Andre just decided that he wanted to try. This wasn't like we didn't talk about this or anything. It was just like, just like kind of a natural thing. I've never, ever been on any sort of birth control, any sort of, like I've never taken a pill, never had an IUD, nothing. Even though it was like such a short amount of time since we had been married, like within that first month or whatever, I like still didn't get pregnant because we were avoiding me getting pregnant the first month. And then by the second month of marriage, Andre was like, I guess we just didn't even want to not try. One of my younger sisters was like really like excited for us to start trying to have a baby, even though we were like newlyweds. A lot of people were wanting us to have babies soon, I think. I don't know. But she was like, here's my advice. Try not to have a baby, but don't try too hard, which was kind of what we did because we weren't like being like super intentional. We were just kind of like, okay, we'll see what happens. And we realized that, there was a chance that it could take me a while to get pregnant. We had no idea. However, the first try, it worked, which I don't even know why I'm surprised because my mom has 7 kids. I just have really good genetics in this area. My mom's mom had 12 kids, and my mom's dad, including my mom's mom, all together he had 21 kids. So my mom is the second youngest of 21 kids. Really good genes. My dad's mom has 4 kids, never miscarried, I don't believe. Andre's mom has 3 kids. Her mom had, I think, 4 or 5 kids. And also I'm half black, and also he's Latino. So really, I don't know why there would have even been any question as to whether, like, no fertility issues, thankfully. Like, of course we were going to get pregnant right away. The Monday before this Thanksgiving, I missed my cycle for the first time. I have this period tracking app, and it is almost never incorrect. Like, it's always like to a point correctly predicts. And so I felt like I was going to start my period, and it never came. So the day after I was supposed to start, I decided to go and take a pregnancy test. And so I went to my parents' house because Andre was here and I wanted to surprise him. I told him that I had started my period. So he was thinking, okay, nothing is up. So I went over to my parents' house, took 2 pregnancy tests, and they were both positive. And honestly, I was just like shocked. I couldn't really comprehend it. We actually have a video on our channel, Andre and Soli, where I talk about that, where I actually videoed my reaction, and you'll just see me like this is so weird, like, what is happening? And I think I say it like so many different times because I was just like, what on earth? So I came back home, told Andre, and he did not believe me at first. I was like, I'm pregnant, and he was like, no, you're not, no, you're not. We were both just so excited because this was my dream come true, has always been to be a mom and a wife, and his dream come true is to be a father and obviously a husband too. It was just the most exciting thing. So that day we told most of Andre's immediate family, and they were so excited, but they were also like, that was really fast. Like, his dad was like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. They weren't super surprised. They were surprised at how early. I think they always knew that we wanted kids pretty early, but they just weren't expecting it to be that early. And then we told my family, and their reactions were like the most anticlimactic thing in the whole world. Like, we told them, and they were just like, because nobody believed us. Like, they thought we were pranking them or something. Overall, I mean, our families are so excited. They're so supportive. Nobody is upset really that we decided to have a family so soon. And I think before we actually got pregnant, there were some people that were like, oh, you don't want to have kids soon. You don't want to have kids right away. But now that like we're actually in this place and like there's a baby here, like, you know, obviously there's no going back, and they're just so excited. It's like, you know, none of that even matters now. Like, they're just going to have like, you know, cousins, grandchildren. No, not cousins. Not any cousins. They're just going to have, you know, grandchildren and nieces and nephews, and like everybody's really excited. And obviously we love babies in my family. I'm one of 7, and so it's just going to be so much fun to have another baby around. We are so excited. One of the things that is interesting is because I am so young, I am pretty much the only one of my friends that has gotten pregnant. I have one close friend that has had a baby. But other than that, most of my friends aren't even like really, some of them are dating, but even so, like most of them are just like, you know, waiting, you know, a lot of them are waiting for their husbands. A lot of them aren't even married yet. So I'm kind of like the only one, which is very interesting because marriage definitely does change like the dynamic of your friendships, and especially being pregnant and, you know, not having any friends like my age or anybody my age to like connect with or relate to in that way. However, I think for some people it can feel like really isolating and really sad, or they just feel like left out. But for me, I know a lot of my friends are really excited and supportive, and I have to realize that it's okay that the dynamic of our friendships change, because now I have a husband that I have to serve and focus on, and that's the way that I want it. It's just really interesting being this age too, because a lot of kids my age, like most of them are like off in college. Most of them are just like dating around, not really settling down and like starting families. And which is really interesting. It's not the life that I want at all, like to go off to college and like to go like live it up before. Like, I would rather do what I did, which is, I mean, I went to college for a couple years, still taking classes right now, which is the bane of my mortality. I would rather have done it the way that I did, where I go from being, you know, basically in high school, living at home, getting married right away, and then starting, you know, being a wife, being a homemaker, and having a family. Even though I'm so young, this has just always been my dream, and I would not want to do it any other way. For me, pregnancy has always been something that has fascinated me, and something that I find to be so beautiful and miraculous. And part of the reason I'm making this video is because I want people to be able to see the beauty that is pregnancy. I want women to stop fearing and being just afraid and just so even nasty about pregnancy and childbirth and motherhood. They're, no matter what your circumstances are, if you find yourself pregnant, if you find yourself a mother, if you're super young like I am, or even younger, if it was planned or unplanned, if you have, a husband or not, if you're super old, whatever the circumstances are, there's still something so beautiful about pregnancy. I believe that it's natural and it's a part of womanhood. And really, it's just another way to embrace our femininity and who we are as women. And it's something that is so unique to us. The ability to get pregnant is just a part of who God made us as women. Obviously, there are women who are unable to get pregnant and who have fertility issues. But I think that's all the more reason why, if you are able to get pregnant, that's something that you should cherish and love, and that's something to be valued and seen as beautiful and unique. Society makes it seem like pregnancy is like this burden and that it's a hindrance to our dreams, and even as if it's some sort of disease. Maybe it will hinder your dreams. Maybe you will get pregnant and realize now, college is going to be so much harder. It would be easier if I didn't go to college, or it would be easier if I didn't pursue this job or career. And for some women, that is totally unfathomable. But I just want to encourage you, if you do find yourself in that place, that you have a new job now. And it is the most important, amazing job. And that is being a mother. And it is not something that you have to fear or dread or let bring you down. That's something you can say, you know what? I have this beautiful, precious gift that I can take care of now. And it is the most selfless thing to give up all these things that I thought were important to go and take care of the thing that is actually important. You get to raise a child who can literally change the world and change and impact the lives of others, possibly in ways that nobody else can, if not for your child. And that is just something that is so amazing. And you know what? Pregnancy, it will be painful. It will be hard. You will be so tired, but that's just a part of it. It is such a blessing to be able to grow your child inside of your womb. Your baby is not a parasite. It is not a disease. It is not sucking the life out of you. It's just growing. All these feelings of, if it's hard, if you're tired, if you have, round ligament pain or whatever, that's just a part of it. And that just means you have a miracle growing inside of you. The more I go on social media or, wherever, even hearing sometimes other moms talk, the more I see extreme negativity surrounding pregnancy and motherhood, being a wife, taking care of your home, people just settling for less than their best. This is hard, so I'm going to have a bad attitude, or this is hard, so I'm just going to succumb to these feelings of just, this is terrible, I can't do this, and it really is all a mindset. I hope my story of finding out that I'm pregnant at 20 really just encourages people to see, you know what, it doesn't matter what's happening all around me, what my circumstances are. Now I am a mother, and now this is what I can focus on, and this is what I can find beauty in. So whether you're pregnant, whether you're not pregnant, planning on getting pregnant anytime soon, whatever, I just hope this is really an encouragement to everybody watching. Pregnancy is not something that has to be filled with suffering and pain and anxiety and even sickness. It doesn't have to be filled with so much heaviness and sadness. Obviously, as you can see, this is something that I'm very passionate about. I'm just kind of tired of seeing negativity and just complaining. And I just really want to focus on the beauty of being a wife, being a mother, being a homemaker. And I plan on taking my channel in a little bit different direction. In the past, I've done cover videos, just of songs, and I still love singing, but I also plan on doing videos about motherhood, being a wife, encouraging women to just be their true feminine selves and who God made them to be. And so I hope you will subscribe and like this video, comment below, tell me what you think, if you've been pregnant, how that was for you. If this video encouraged you, let me know. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.